probably in this part. For example, here in the drawing, okay, we need to make sure this, for example, ducted unit. Okay, this is a ducted unit.
Okay.
Make sure that you connected the pipe on the right correct side of the pipe connection. Many drawings are showing the pipe in one unit, the connection is here, other unit connection on the other side, on this way only. Okay? No, you need to understand the unit and you're reflecting the reality of the unit on the drawing. Okay? So you make sure that the connection in the correct side, and all our units, as you can see here, is from the right side, from the mouth connection, our piping connection. You need to make sure that there is a clearance for sufficient space for maintenance, accessibility to the units. Okay?
Okay.
The wall mounted as well. You need to make sure it's connected on the correct side. Okay? Because the indoor unit can be connected from here, okay, or from here, direct. Okay? It can be either vertical way, so the pipe should come directly from here, or from here on, from this side. It will never go from here,
Yes.
from this side.
Okay.
Understand? So this will affect your coordination on site. This simple, just line of pipe will affect your coordination on site. You will say, oh, I forgot, need to cut here, you need to do this one. Understand?
Yeah.
These things should be coordinated. You need to inform the civil that I need a core here, and I need a hole, I need cutting in this way here, because the piping is coming in this way. So you will save the time with your contractor, and also you will reflect a good reputation about your company. Okay, that you are a professional and you are following the guidelines and you are aware about the manufacturer recommendations. Okay, cassette units, other are cassette units, and all these units, this is okay, not an issue, but you should also be aware about the location of that unit and pipe connection. Also Y joint, also we will come to the Y joint, how it's being located. Okay, the Y joint, for example, is it placed in the correct location? Because as you know, before any bin, we need to keep minimum straight pipe of 500 mm, 50 cm,
Yes.
before any bin. So you cannot fix this Y joint here. Then you take the pipe directly. It's not a T. Okay, it's not a T joint. As you can see, the Y joint is with a straight pipe. Okay, so you make sure you consider our limitations for the pipe during locating your Y joint. And also, what's this affecting? This affecting, if you fix the Y joint here, for example, or you fix it here, this length between this joint and this joint it will differ. Okay, once it will differ, it might affect the pipe size required. It might affect what is the refrigerant amount in the system. All these things, yeah, you see, this simple thing will reflect on all this. So make sure you are following that. You are sending this to the supplier to make for you the tree diagram, the schematic piping diagram for the system. And after you receive, you make sure that the arrangement of the units and the schematic diagram from supplier is matching 100% with your drawing. The lengths of the pipe, the arrangement of the unit, which one is coming before, which one after. Mistakes happened, okay? From any party, because we are humans. So there is still a chance for a mistake. Even I am the most genius guy in the world. You need to consider a mistake to be happen at any time. So reviewing and verifying in construction field is very, very important. If you miss anything, it will delay all your works. You need to repeat from the beginning to go back.
Yes.
So you have to finalize everything properly and have a good start, proper start. Okay? Done. Where's the schematic? This is the schematic diagram.
Yeah.
Okay, this is our software, outdoor units, models. This is Y joint for the outdoor. This is what is the pipe size here is mentioned. What's the length of this pipe? Here the Y joint, here may be the first floor, here may be the ground floor,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
How is the distribution? This Y joint location is correct. This unit here, location after these 4 Y joints is correct. You need to verify all these things with the supplier all the time. Pipe size, it will be generated by system automatically. Okay? But you need to check the length of the pipe as well. One project before I bought it, the contractor didn't get back to the supplier. Khalas, he received the drawings, the schematic pipe diagrams from supplier. Khalas, proceed. The arrangement was correct because the supplier, he will check the drawing, he will do the arrangement as per that. Okay? But what did the supplier do? What did the supplier do? He just mentioned all lengths 1 meter. 1 meter everywhere. Okay? He mentioned that, and that guy, khalas, he didn't know that this length will affect. Okay? And he fixed as per this 9 meter here, 10 meters there, 5 meters there. He fixed as per the site condition, of course, as per his shop drawing, right? After that, we checked. I told him, Habibi, give me. I will not respect this site. Give me the shop drawing. Give me the length. Give me the schematic diagram. We recheck, reflect the correct length. Some systems didn't work. It's exceeding the maximum length. So we need to remove some indoor units from the system and shift it to another system. We need to do something. We need to solve it another way. Okay? And the system which is working, okay, all the pipe sizes got changed.
Yes. Yes.
Became more. He fixed pipe 8, he's supposed to fix 3, 4. So he removed all the pipe. See, it's labor accommodation actually. See, money, too many lengths. So he got in trouble because what? He didn't review this drawing, make it match.
Yes. Yeah, I understand.
It's just work of like 1 hour. You can check all the system. But he wasted how many? 1 month work on the site. Yes? This is a huge cost for a contractor. Like AC contractor. I mean. Yeah. Okay, so be careful about these things. I'm just building your awareness about these things, just to make sure even you are just a foreman or engineer on the site. No, once you receive the drawing, also check by yourself. Not only engineer in the office, you need to check from your side. Check everything. If you found any mistake, anything confused, you have any doubt, go and review it before you start. Study the drawing by yourself. Go to your engineer on the site, tell him, I'm feeling here there's a mistake. Please confirm. Tamam? Okay. Here we talk about our pipe limitation. In VRF, you cannot fix the pipe as long as you like. Okay? There should be a pipe limitation because the compressor, has specific capacity, specific head, specific, okay, specific velocity of a flow. So you need to follow these guidelines for the pipe lengths when you do the shop drawings. When you do your shop drawings, okay? We have 2 cases for the pipe lengths and limitation. The first case is when the outdoor is installed below the lower level than the indoor units. And the second case is once the outdoor is fixed on the higher level of indoor units, okay? Means on the roof, here on the ground level. And on the ground level of the building, and the pipe is going upward, okay? So, the difference between these 2 cases only in the elevation of the pipe. the maximum elevation from outdoor unit to the lowest indoor unit, if the outdoor fixed on the roof, is 50 meters. 50 meters. Okay? But if the unit is in the ground level, the maximum will be 40 meters. The elevation as height. Okay? Not pipe length or something. Height, different. Okay? So this is the only difference between these two cases. Other limitations are the same. Okay? The height here, the 50 meter, can be extended to 110 meter. Actually. Okay? Can be extended to 110, but we need to add additional accessory to the system called PDM.
PDM.
PDM kit. This PDM kit will be fixed in the outdoor unit. This one. Okay? This is the PDM. It will be fixed. What's the stands for PDM? It is pressure drop modulator. Because after 50 meters of height elevation, the pressure drop for the refrigerant will be unstable or out of control. There will be differentiating in the system, in the pressure, unstable. Okay, so it will affect the flow of the refrigerant and the whole efficiency of the indoor units in the system. So you need to add this pressure drop modulator. Then this pressure drop can be controlled, and the pressure will be stable in the whole AC system. Okay. So if you add this accessory, the elevation can be extended up to 110 meter instead of 50 meter. But the standard without adding any accessory will be 50 meter. Okay? In the other case, if the outdoor in the ground level, it can be extended also up to 110 instead of 40, but you need to do upsizing for the pipes. You need to do upsizing for the pipes from the outdoor unit to the last indoor unit. And this will be costly for the contractor. Okay, we are not recommending to go for that option. But if you require that, we will give you the option. We will not say, because always we are saying our system up to 110 meter elevation. But with some additional under special condition. With a special condition, you can extend up to this limit. But the standard will be staying 50 here and 40 in this case. Right, the length from the outdoor unit, to the last indoor unit, in both cases, from outdoor to the last, 200 meter. 200 meter in the both cases. But from the first Y joint in the system to the last, it will be 45 meters. Understood? From outdoor to the last can be 200. But from the first Y joint up to last, it will be 45. So what I mean, you can fix this outdoor unit for 150 meter from the first Y joint. 155 meter. Then the main pipe can be extended up to 155 meter before you reach the first Y joint.
Okay.
It means like you can fix it in mechanical area or something in palace or such these projects. Okay. Sometimes you need to extend pipe very far to the service block or whatever. Okay. To fix the outdoor units far away to avoid the noise and all these things. Okay. So it can be extended up to 155, but up to the first Y joint. Okay. In any case, after the first Y joint, 45 meter maximum.
Okay.
It can be extended after first Y joint to 90 meters. Okay. It can be up to 90 meters, but with a special condition also. to upsize all the piping up to the last indoor unit after the first Y joint.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
So also this will be costly for the contractor. We need to avoid anything will give us cost impact, right? But if you need it to be done, it can be done.
سؤال بس هو من اول واي جوينت لحد اخر واي جوينت
لا
يعني
لآخر يونت
لاخر يونت
من الواي جوينت
يعني لو
لحد
عندي
الكونكشن.
لو انا عندي 10 يونتس المفروض من اول لاخر يونت تكون 45 متر
لأبعد ماكينة. أبعد ماكينة في السيستم عندك 45.
45.
مفهومة؟ يعني أنا ما بقيس من هنا، يعني أنا لما بقيس آخر ماكينة، ومين آخر ماكينة عندي هنا؟ اللي هي هذه يعني من النظر هذا صح؟ فأنا بقيس من هنا لهنا هذا الطول كم؟ ماليش دعوة هذول. يعني أنا باجي بقيس هنا هذا أقل من 45 أوكي. طب باجي بقيس من لهنا أقل من 45 أوكي. هنا أقل من 45 أوكي. less than 45 برضه أوكي. less than 45 أوكي. تمام؟ There should be no unit far from the first Y joint in the system more than 45 meters. Okay? In the both cases. We said only the difference is the elevation, the height elevation between these two cases. This is 40, this is 50. Okay? So you need to consider all these things in your shop drawings and the DBM selection, schematic diagram received by the supplier.
Yes.
Okay. You need to make sure that your site is the coordination on site after you finalize the drawings and you did the coordination on the site for the drawings, I mean, okay? You need to evaluate the site condition. Whether whether it's okay to start with the AC installation or no. To deliver the units, or the site still not ready to deliver the units. Also, okay? To deliver the units, for example, you need to make sure that there is a proper storage, right? You need to arrange storage, either for outdoor units or for the indoor units. For example, for indoor units, you need to fix it in shaded area. Okay, cover the area. All the units should be placed above wooden pallets, raised up from the floor, as the units cannot be placed directly to the floor. Okay? It should be raised up all the time above the floor to avoid any water. You know the sites, water drainage,
Yeah.
water accumulation on the site, rainy weather. Okay, so all these effects should be avoided to the units. And all the units should be placed in a proper position. There is a guide on the backing of the unit. It will show you, it will guide you how the unit should be placed. There is like arrows on the backing showing the correct placement of the units. Okay? All your materials as well should be arranged on the store properly. You need to keep the pipe area for the piping. The piping should be classified in the storage, should be in a protected area, away from any risk or exposure for the pipe. Insulation material also. You cannot put your insulation material, this rubber, in wet area, for example. Okay, it can be getting damaged. Yeah, all these should be coordinated on site. You have to arrange the proper storage for your material.
Yes.
Okay. Organizing the storage, organizing of the storage is very important. Sometimes you have small accessories delivered by the supplier. Like, for example, if you have, let's say, thermostat. Okay, it's coming in a small box like this. Okay. What else? Y joints, small packing
Yes.
only. So if you keep your storage messy, for sure there is a high chance to miss some of your materials. Okay, during labors going inside and coming back, searching for something and leave everything like messy and go. Okay, you will miss something in the end, and it's difficult to reorder the same material from the supplier again and to deliver to the site. You will get inside the trouble. Okay, so make sure this all organized. On the site condition, you need to make sure before piping you need to coordinate for the plastering work and this concrete work on the site. You need to make sure that civil team are giving you the proper condition for the room to install the pipe. Okay. You need to make sure that there is a scaffolding, sufficient scaffolding on the site. All the facilities are available on the site to do the work. You need to make sure that the coordinated items are provided on site, like where you require the holes, the openings, the coring. Okay, for example, the drainage points. You need to make sure that it's coordinated and provided by the contractor in the proper location. You need to coordinate for the thermostat location, so they will call the conduits, the electrical contractor. All these things need to be coordinated properly before starting the work. Okay? Because, for example, drain point, simple thing, right? You didn't coordinate. You fix it in some area. It's showing it, your drawing approved, everything. Okay? It's not in the wet area, your indoor unit. Just support. Okay? You fix it in a normal room, storage room, like dressing room. Okay? You fix your ducting, wall, piping, everything, and all the things done. After that, just plumbing contractor. Oh, I cannot provide you drain point here. Simple. What you will do? You need to fight. Then you need to change all your ducting. Maybe 50% of your ducting. Pipe routing, there is a major change. You will fall in a trouble if you not coordinate the drain point. Understand? You cannot start up the unit without drain point. Is that correct or no?
Correct.
Right. You imagine what is the effect of this small item on your work. So that's why every small point is very important to be coordinated before starting the work. Before starting. Once you start, it means time cost, labor cost. Understand? Okay. Make sure after all of that your team is trained well and they are aware about the guidelines of the manufacturer for piping and brazing and unit fixing and flaring and charging, vacuuming, all these things, pressure test. Okay. You need also for the you need to assign also supervisors for your team. They need to lead the labors. You cannot depend on the helpers to do your work. There should be a supervisor all the time with your team, with any team. For example, the team who's doing brazing, there should be a leader for these people. He's full awareness. He has full awareness about the brazing process. He's trained well, and because he can train his team, if he notices something, there is a problem or something, or less of quality. You need to assign for the who's installing the pipe and fabricating the pipe, leader for this team. Who's installing the unit, leader for these people. Okay, all the time assign leaders on the time, foreman I mean. Okay, or leader, supervisor, whatever you assign. But in any way, there should be a supervisor well trained from and have full awareness about our guidelines. Okay. For the tools, this is the tools you are going to use on the site, the common tools. Okay, there are a lot of tools actually, but these are common. what you are using. But this is the very important tools which you need to make sure that you are providing on in your site. This is manifold gauge set. Okay, this is used for charging and vacuum. Okay, but it should be dedicated for R410 refrigerant, not any manifold gauge are dedicated for any other refrigerant. Okay, the flaring tool, as you can see in the picture, this is the flaring tool. The vacuum pump, this is the vacuum pump. The capacity of vacuum pump, actually, it should be 6 to 12 CFM. This is the proper capacity of the vacuum pump. If you need to make your vacuuming in a proper way, in fast way, okay, just select the capacity between 6 to 12 CFM vacuum pump. Okay, make sure that your vacuum pump is provided with NRV, non-return valve.
Okay.
Why this non-return valve? We are recommending using NRV, okay? Because if there is any sudden interruption in power during your vacuum, for a second, it will break all your vacuum,
Then drop.
right?
Yeah.
So your time waste.
Yeah.
NRV will prevent this to happen. If you have an RV, so there will be block on your pump, so the air will not come inside the pipe.
My vacuum is
Okay.
safe.
So your system will, the vacuum will be inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure that it's provided with an RV. Also, digital vacuum gauge. You need to provide. This is it's compulsory, mandatory to use this vacuum gauge. Without this vacuum gauge, the supplier will not accept to charge your system. We have to use this to get accurate value of vacuum in the system, which is minimum 500 micron.
Micro.
Okay? So this is mandatory. The cutting tool, tube cutter, very common, right? But this is not very common with most of the contractors. Deburring tool. After you cut the pipes, you need to clean where you cut, right? So most of the contractors are using knives, Exoplate, I don't know, okay? Improper tools. It's damaging the pipe rather than fixing it, cleaning, okay? These knives and all these tools are creating scratches, okay, or cracking on the surface of the pipe. So you need to use the proper tool, which is called deburring tool. Okay, this is a special tool for pipe cleaning. Okay, تفضل ساعتك باشا، تفضل احضر من اسمعي. Okay. We have also this torque wrench. Torque wrench. This torque wrench has a scaling for torque setting. Okay, for each flaring size, there is a specific torque value. You need to set this wrench based on the size of the flaring size. Okay? Most of the contractors, they are not using, which is incorrect. Okay? So make sure you are not using just adjustable to do this flaring. Okay? خد صور يا باشا. أيوة يعني عليك. You have here the torch set for the brazing. Torch set and brazing rods. You have nitrogen cylinder. Nitrogen is very important and mandatory to be used during the brazing process. Okay? Nitrogen cylinder should be connected to a flow gauge, flow regulator. Do you know what is a flow regulator? It is a ball regulator to adjust the flow in the minimum, in the minimum scale. So if I need like 5 psi, I cannot control it through the main gauge. I don't have a scale in the main gauge for 5 psi. Start from 100. 50, let's say 50, 100, 200, right? I need to control this small amount of a flow. I have to use the flow regulator. Okay? I have to use the flow regulator. Flow regulator, you know it. This one? This scale? Huh?
Not Corona.
It should be connected to nitrogen cylinder.
Okay.
Not only open the nitrogen and do the brazing. No, it should be connected. This is the main gauge with two scales. This is the main gauge, and this is
Flow regulator.
flow regulator. Make sure you have main gauge with the flow regulator. Without this, it's not allowed to use, because the flow regulator will give you more control on the flow, and it will give you laminar flow. It will prevent turbulence of a flow in the pipe. Turbulence means uncontrolled flow. Uncontrolled flow means uncontrolled quality of brazing, right? So to ensure and guarantee you are doing the good quality of work, just provide the proper tool all the time. Okay? Right. The last one, the last picture is showing the scale leakage.
Detector.
Okay, the weight scale. The weight scale for charging. Okay, charging not manual and based on the gauge. The RF system not working like normal DX split unit. Okay,
Okay.
you should charge the system with the accurate amount of refrigerant. Okay, if you have 14.5 kg, as per your report, where you get this amount? From the schematic report of piping, from supplier.
Yes.
When you bought, why we are saying bought the proper lengths and matching with your shop drawing and all these things? Because this is affecting the amount of refrigerant. Okay, not only pipe sizes, that side pipe sizes change. Okay, maybe pipe size, amount of refrigerant will be affected more or less. Okay, so based on that, there will be a value 14, 15, whatever, 20. You need to charge more, maybe 10. You need to charge only based on that. 9.5, 9.5. 10 means 10 in the RF system. So this will let you know exactly how much refrigerant being charged on the system. Okay? Because it has also digital gauge. Digital scale. Okay? We'll show you how much charged. Once done, خلاص, close, stop. Simple. Okay? طيب. We will go forward for the installation, real installation. Okay? طيب. Here just general idea about the guideline for the cassette unit. Okay? For cassette unit, for example, these are 6 conditions required for the installation of cassette unit. Okay? Where can you find this? In the user manual, which is attached inside the packing of the unit. Any unit will come with user manual, right? Small book. You can find all these guidelines there as well.
Yes.
Okay? For example, this cassette unit, it should be installed at height 2.7 to 3.51. It cannot be more, it cannot be less. Otherwise, it will not give you the proper efficiency. Okay? 2 meters away from projector signal. 2 meters away from projector, like this. This is a projector, right? I cannot fix the cassette unit here. Should, or there. 2 meters away should be far from this projector. Otherwise, there will be signal because there is electronic signals for that unit and electronic signals here. So there will be signal noise. Okay, and the unit will get any errors. So it should be minimum 2 meters away from the projector. 1.5 meters away from the wall. Okay? If I have the wall here, and I cannot fix like we are fixing here. Okay? This is wrong. But you know this is to show. Okay? I cannot fix it. Why? There is this space one, this gap. 50 centi. No, it should be 1.5 meter from the blade. Because this is four-way cassette. If it is one-way cassette, let's say, only one blade, no problem. Fix it near to the wall, no problem. But that will affect the flow coming from this blade. Okay? So to get the proper operation, you need to keep 1.5 meter from this side, from all sides. Okay? Assume you have very small corridor. You need to fix cassette units. Very small. And you cannot here find 1.5 meter. So what you will do? You need to change your selection of the cassette unit. You might choose two-way cassette. Okay? So this two-way, you don't need the space. You just throw in the corridor from two sides from the unit. Okay?
Okay.
So selection of the unit also is very important to know what is your site condition and based on what you are selecting the unit. That's why you need to know what is the guideline for all how to install the units. Okay? 1.5 meter away. You need to provide inspection hole. Cassette unit require an access door as well, not only ducted units. Also cassette units. If you have tiles, no problem. But if you have gypsum board, gypsum ceiling, you need to provide access. Access for what? For drainage inspection, and for the power connection and
Maintenance.
PC board. Okay? For filter access, it will be from outside one. You can just make one press here, the filter will come down.
Okay.
Okay? So that's why the access should be only like 45 by 45 minimum. Okay? Because it's the maintenance required for cassette unit is not much complicated as ducted unit. Okay? Ducted unit has, you need proper access. Okay? Avoid wall or pillar which block airflow, as we said, 1.5 meter. Okay? Here also, okay, here not mentioned the space, but 1.5 meter. Here 1.5 meter away from fire detector. But this is from fire detector, it's only if the units are running on heating mode. Okay? In heating mode, because in heating mode, if the AC is giving hot air,
Hot.
it will give to the fire detector wrong alarm. Okay? So just on heating mode. Okay? So,
Door is on road.
hmm?
Door have open. My engineers can.
Your engineers?
Yeah.
Someone called me. I don't know.